You open your phone. You tap the little airplane icon. The bars disappear. You do this without thinking, every single flight, like tying your shoes. But the real answer for why you do it is far stranger than "it might crash the plane." Because it probably won't. Your phone is not powerful enough to bring down a Boeing. That fear, the one passed around for decades, was never really about your phone alone. It was about millions of phones, all searching for a signal at once, 30,000 feet in the air. Here's what actually happens. When your phone is not in airplane mode, it constantly pings nearby cell towers, trying to find the strongest one. On the ground, that's easy. One tower, clear signal, done. In the sky, moving at 500 miles an hour, your phone can suddenly see dozens of towers at once, all faint, all far away. So it panics. It ramps up its power, searching harder, again and again, trying to lock on to something that keeps changing. Now imagine that happening in every seat. 200 phones, all searching, all shouting into the radio spectrum at the same time? That's not a rumor. That's a documented problem. In 1991, the Federal Communications Commission banned in-flight cell phone use, not because of some single dramatic incident, but because of research into how airborne phones flood ground networks with interference, confusing cell towers that were never built to handle a signal moving that fast, that high. The ban was about protecting the network on the ground, not the plane in the sky. But there's a second reason, and this one is about the plane itself. Aircraft are wrapped in sensitive instruments, radios, GPS receivers, navigation systems that rely on incredibly faint radio signals to tell a pilot exactly where the runway is, especially in fog, especially at night. Engineers at RTCA, the standards body that helps write the rules aircraft manufacturers follow, spent years studying whether personal electronics could interfere with those systems. Their findings, published across multiple reports, showed the risk was small, rare, usually harmless. Small is not the same as zero. So when you switch to airplane mode, you're not really protecting the plane from a crash. You're removing one unpredictable variable from a system where every variable has already been tested, calculated, and accounted for, except yours. Because your phone is new, its radio might behave differently than the one they tested. It might sit 2 inches from a wire nobody modeled. In a machine where a false reading, at the wrong second, on the wrong instrument can matter, engineers don't like unpredictable variables. They like margins. That's the twist most people miss. Airplane mode isn't really a safety switch. It's a margin. In 2013, a group called the PED Aviation Rulemaking Committee, working with the FAA, spent over a year testing exactly how much risk personal devices actually pose during every phase of flight. What did they find? Enough confidence to change the rules? You can now use your phone in airplane mode from gate to gate. You can stream a movie during takeoff. That would have been unthinkable 20 years earlier. But cellular signal itself, the part that searches for towers, still stays off, because the ground network problem never went away. Your phone at cruising altitude can still see towers across an entire state, still ping wildly, still refuse to settle. Here's the part that should stop you for a second. You already live this way, even on the ground. Ever notice how your phone drains faster in a place with weak signal? A basement, a rural road, a parking garage. Same thing is happening. Your phone is working overtime, searching, boosting power, trying to lock onto something. The sky is just the most extreme version of a weak signal environment your phone has ever encountered. You are not so different from your phone, searching endlessly for the strongest signal in a place built to make that impossible. You've always had a switch for that. It's the same one you tap before takeoff. Most people never ask what the switch is really for. They just tap it, out of habit, out of rule following, out of a fear that never had the full story. Next time you reach for it, remember what's actually happening. You're not protecting the plane from your phone crashing it. You're protecting an invisible network of towers you'll never see and giving a set of finely tuned instruments one less variable to worry about. You open your phone. You tap the little airplane icon. The bars disappear. And for the first time, you understand exactly why.